G'day, it's Pete from Ascension Strength and Conditioning, just giving an update on my journey through the OPEX CCP Level 1. So I've done a few things since I've signed up for the program. I completed the cohort call, which was an online webinar in my local time in Townsville. It was on at 6 a.m, so it was pretty early. I didn't enjoy the time of day, but it was useful nonetheless. So the course you organise into a cohort, or like a class that everyone is sort of grouped into, and then you progress through the modules at the same time. That's pretty cool in terms of, you have a group of people that are doing the same study as you on the forums, as opposed to someone who could be anywhere ahead or behind you. They're progressing at the same relative rate as you. So when there's sort of key touch points or areas of concern, you can interact and engage with them on their thoughts in the forums. Following on from the cohort call, completed the preliminary module, which is the principles of program design. So it's sort of like an introduction to the OPEX model with programming for different fitness qualities. Doesn't get into the detail of how to program a specific session, but it gives you the framework and methodology overall. I found it really useful, especially the areas on muscle endurance, aerobic training, anaerobic training, concurrent training, and mixed modal training. There's a shit ton of other information there as well, but I found those areas in particular of great benefit, and I either learnt something significant or I had a better explanation or learnt a new model that I could apply into my business currently and coaching in general. Following on from the intro to program design, then completed the first main module, which is on business, and there was a quiz at the end. So this module was relatively short. I smashed through it pretty quickly, not realizing I was only supposed to do it within a week anyway. I completed that, and then just went straight from the last video into the online quiz. Did it pretty half-cocked. Completed the quiz, I think, in 6 or 7 minutes without having any idea of how hard the questions would be or how many questions there would be. And I got 85% overall, so I was pretty happy. But it gave me an idea of, the level of detail of the questions and then how much I should make sure I study or understand to pass the test. I wouldn't recommend just rushing straight into the test. Having done that, and it is good to actually go back, review your notes, and make sure that all that information has sunk in. And that's something I'm going to do now after completing the test. I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks actually going back to the first module mainly, because I sort of rushed through it, to make sure I absorb as much information as possible. Following from that, I did the second module, which is on consultations, and again, I found it really useful. So the sort of business and consultation aspects of my business, I think, are general weaknesses. I think I'm pretty good at coaching and programming specifically, but to take someone who's interested or maybe completely unaware and then step them through the process to make them a client, that's screening to see, are they the right fit for me, or are they someone I should, send off to someone else? And the sort of resounding theme I found throughout both modules, and I think will continue throughout, is the importance of quality. And that is the quality of the services you provide and the quality of the interactions you give. And then with the consultation part, it gave a lot of different frameworks and ways to approach consultation, as opposed to a sort of cold, here's a sale, let's go. It was really, in my mind, a very different look. And it had a lot more holistic, and the aspects of not being judgmental, but to understand your perspective and then understand a client or a potential client's perspective, I think was really important and really useful. So I then went back, reviewed the notes for this module properly, and then completed the online quiz. I did that one pretty quickly as well, and I was pretty happy with my time. I think it was maybe 10 minutes or so. And it's not because it's overly easy. I just find myself, and always have, since I was in school and uni the same, whenever it's a quiz, I will always go through fast. If I don't know the answer to the question, I'll just skip to the next one and keep going through to do as much as possible, then go back to the start and go through, and then use a bit more time to think about that question in particular. So I got a 92%, which I was pretty happy with. My marks going up, I passed again, and sort of the benefits of going back and studying. So I'm now ahead. I didn't realise there was a syllabus, and I've just discovered on the forum, because I didn't pay attention, that there's a detailed syllabus document which indicates what lessons you need to do each week for the next 5 or so months. Now that I have that syllabus, I can sort of make sure I stick to it a little bit more rigidly than what I've done so far. Being in the military, I'm sort of used to doing things in a short, sharp fashion, having to go away for a period of time, then coming back and smashing a whole bunch of stuff out. So I don't mind doing it that way, and it gives me the assurance that I've passed that part, and I can now go back and not relearn, but I can spend more time on the content to really review it without the pressure that I'm getting behind. So that's something I'll probably keep doing, and it'll probably even out in the end, as I have to move at the end of this year. Then I have to go away for exercise and stuff next year. So I think doing it this way now sets a good precedent for when my life gets busier next year to be able to sustain and keep up with the course. So pretty happy with the course so far. I've really enjoyed the 3 modules, or the prelim module and the 2 main modules I've done so far. The next module, I believe, is on assessments, which I'm also looking forward to. My next steps here for the next couple of weeks: 1 is I'm going to review mainly the business module. 2, I've already implemented a whole bunch of stuff from the consultation module into my business just from learning the content. And I've had immediate positive feedback from my current clients on that. The other thing I'm going to do is start preparing for the next cohort call, which is in early December. I'll probably keep putting a video up probably once every 2 weeks, and we'll go from there.